This is the Golden Dawn Magical Tarot set. The Cicero was Chick Cicero, and his wife, I believe, are members of the Golden Dawn as well, and actually have no Israel Regardi, and have had a lot to do with the Golden Dawn. This is a pretty important set, and this is I don't know if there's an edition, but this one is. There was an edition before this, but it didn't look like this at all. And this is published by Llewellyn, and it says 1997 on the bottom. But it has a magnetic clasp, and it opens up, and it has a book, and there's a ribbon. So it's a nice book. It has sort of a matte finish on it. And it is, mainly it goes through the cards, but also the Tree of Life, and quite a bit in the beginning. And here's the contents. The major arcana, minor arcana, court cards, ritual work, and divination. And that takes up the ritual work and divination takes up this much of the book. Not too much, but it's probably a good introduction. So you can see the pentagrams and some evocations. So we're starting to get into magic here, and I think that's pretty cool. Dream work with the tarot, rites, invoking dreams. So yeah. And this comes with the set. I don't know if you can get it by itself. You probably can. It is Llewellyn, but I don't see a ISBN or barcode. Yeah, second edition, fourth printing. Okay. So here is the deck itself. And there's a little ribbon that can help you pull it out. And it's kind of a square deck. It's kind of shiny. The backs are not reversible. And it's 78 cards. And this is the order in which they came in, so we can look at them. So on the cards, here we have the number, the element, and the Hebrew alphabet. So here we have the Fool. And I love these drawings are quite nice. The Magician. I mean, these are similar to the Thoth, but in the same vein of Thoth, but different. Anybody that says that Golden Dawn and Crowley's Thelemic writings, you can get into an argument with people about how different they are, how similar. People get very offended, which is kind of different. I mean, I believe Crowley was part of the Golden Dawn, but then went and did his own thing. So Golden Dawn existed before him, High Priestess. But you can see influences of this deck in the Thoth deck. And right now there are 3 major cards that are still out. There's this one, then there's the Initiatory Golden Dawn, which I actually happen to have right here. This one's by Giordano Berti, and artwork's by Patrizio Evangelisti. And then there's the Golden Dawn Tarot by Wang. Those are the 3 major ones. So the Cicero, the Berti, and the Wang Golden Dawn decks. I do not have the Wang yet. I might get it soon. The Emperor. Hierophant. We have, Taurus, the bull. The Lovers. Interesting. The Lovers card is typically happy and wonderful. Here we have some sort of someone's fighting off, almost like the tale of Andromeda and Perseus fighting off the Hydra, or not the Hydra, the Kraken. Yes, the Kraken. I had to think back. I'm like, Clash of the Titans. The original one, not the remake. Chariot. Whoa. This is kind of crazy. There's a lot going on here. Wheels. The colors. Colors are very vibrant. Strength. The lion has a snake of a tail. Tail of a snake. The hermit. Here looks like he's I think this is the elf in his hand, and the lantern. He has a staff which looks like a snake wrapped around it. Ouroboros biting his tail. He's in a desert. And he has on his hat the word logos, which is Latin for, I can't remember. Here we have Wheel of Fortune, Tarot. Justice. I love the mask. We have the scales depicted twice. And of course Libra. This is interesting. Here we have, this very much reminds me of the Magus from the Thoth deck. It's sort of a Babylonian Minoan mask, like a death mask. Here we have a naked person. It's a little man with his little winky. Rainbow upside down. Waves coming in. Here we have death. We have scorpion for Scorpio. We have death has 4 arms, no legs, but the tail of a snake again. Heads chopped off, almost like on a banquet. There's a fish. Hand chopped off. The scythe. A bird. He's balancing something on his head. There's embryos, too. They look very primitive, like aborted fetuses or something. It's very strange. A lot to the card. Temperance. Naked woman. Crown. We have a lion and a bird, like an eagle-type bird, based on the beak. Pouring liquid in, and fire. We have the goat and the scorpion, symbol of the sun on her chest. Sagittarius is the symbol. Here's Temperance. Oh, there are 2 Temperance cards. I did not realize that. Wow, they're both 14. Okay, well I did not know that. Okay, I just discovered that. I wasn't paying attention. Completely different. Here we have sort of a amalgamation going on. Completely different cards. There's the sun there. I wonder if the other decks... I'm going to open the initiatory deck and see if there's two 14s. No. There are not two 14s in the initiatory one. Interesting. I am perplexed. What does the book say? Oh, Temperance. Yes, there are two temperances depicted. Remove one version of temperance before divination. Combination of forces, realization, action. Effect either for good or evil. So it wants you to remove one. The second version shows the better known representation of temperance. The deck represents two versions of temperance card in accordance with the requirements of the portal ritual of the Golden Dawn. In the first version, a physical woman is depicted with a solid, heavy change which bind the forms of the lion and the eagle to her. These animals are the physical manifestations of the elements of fire and water. Trial by fire. It's not to be undertaken by the faint-hearted. I did not know that. Okay. So there's two in this deck. The devil. He has a horn in this hand. Gold, riches. The tower. Being struck. Two people falling, not yet having hit. There's actually a mouth open here. The star. Nice card. Pouring the water in. It looks like crystals are popping out of lotuses. There's the little bird, the strange bird. The Sephiroth depicted in a tree, as was the Sephiroth here, light and dark. The moon. Ooh, Anubis is depicted. This is the card of Anubis. Two dogs. One's barking at the moon. One is barking at the moon to ward off the effects, the title, the crab, the path, the two towers, almost the eclipse, drops of the light moonlight, the sun. We have the wall, the sun, the sunbeams, water and earth meeting. The sun is, of course, the astronomical correspondence. Judgment. Oof. We have the angel with the flag, the sun on his head. There's snakes there. Judgment. Ooh, the universe. That's a pretty card. I really like the line borders here. I think it works with this deck. It's like it's framing such an important depiction here. She's bare-breasted. She has the horned moon on the crown. And then let's see. The deck is organized into wands, cups, pentacles, and swords. So traditional. Ace of Wands. Interesting. Writing there. Two of Wands. And these have what the card is underneath. So Dominion. Whereas this one it just said Ace of Wands. But this one, and Wands is repeated twice. Wands, Wands, Pentacles, Pentacles. Establish strength. Perfected work. Then with wands we have fire, and we have the symbols there. Strife. Victory. Valor. Swiftness. Great strength. Oppression. Oh, and here we have the King of Wands. We have, it looks like lizards or salamanders. There's a black horse. He's riding, rearing up. We have the Queen, again with the salamanders. Traditionally, salamanders, of course, were thought to be fire resistant. You could throw them in the fire and they wouldn't be hurt. But they were fireproof. That's why in some fireplace screens there's a salamander depicted to kind of, as like a motif. Here she has the leopard with her. It's depicted 3 times on her chest, above her head, as well as, 5 times she has on each leg too. The Prince of Wands has a chariot that is pulled by a lion. He has angel wings. And then we have the Princess of Wands, bare-breasted. Salamanders. So that was Wands. Cups. Of course, here's water. Ace of Cups. These are very pretty. The blues are very nice. Then with the lotus we have here. Love. Abundance. Blended pleasure. That's interesting. Blended pleasure. Is it multiple versions of pleasure? Pleasure mixed with other things? Pain? Sorrow? Loss and pleasure. Six, just pleasure. Illusionary success. Abandoned success. Material happiness. I always thought this was like too much. Like not knowing what you have, not, everything is in its place, but not realizing that, you have all you need. You just need to look at it and re-examine. Perfected success is 10. Here are the King of Cups. He has a crab and fish. Should be Cancer and Pisces. He has a symbol of a peacock on his head, his chest, and his legs. Peacocks, and on his arms too. Typically a symbol of male vanity, or vanity in itself. We have an ibis, fish, crab. She has the ibis on her head, chest, and legs. Here's the Prince of Cups. Scorpion is shown. Snake, fish. On a chariot pulled by a bird with a lotus in his hand. Bare-breasted woman she has a dolphin and a turtle. Lotus. Now we're into Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. roses and black. So Pentacles are earth. So we should see a bunch of green, but it's also showing black. Harmonious change. Maybe like when you bury something in the earth that's in the dark and it emerges. Material works. Earthly power. This is the Sun and Capricorn. Mars and Taurus. Let's see. This is material trouble. Material success. The opposite, maybe? The Moon and Taurus. Success unfulfilled. Prudence. It's 8. Material gain is 9. And then wealth is 10. So we see a pattern here with the suit cards. King of Pentacles. He has a stag on his head, his chest. The Star of David. Scepter and a disc. Looks like a cornfield behind him. We have the Queen. She has a goat head. She has a sacred geometry cube, as well as a round globe-like thing. Prince of Pentacles. He's being pulled by a bull. His stance almost looks like the devil's stance. The way he's staring at you with his arms. And we have Princess. Almost like a warrior princess with the ram, the curled horns, standing in front of a forest. Okay, and the last suit is swords, the air, Ace of Swords, peace restored, Two of Swords, sorrow, rest from strife, 4, defeat, earned success as 6, unstable effort is 7, shortened force. What could that be? Despair and cruelty. And 10, ruin. So here we have the Sun and we have Gemini. King of Swords. Sort of a dust cloud he's riding into. He has the Star of David on him in yellow. The Queen has the decapitated head of, maybe it doesn't look like King someone. She has an angel's face on her head, her chest, and her legs. Greenish hair blowing out. Here we have the prince on a chariot pulled by, it looks like 2 fairies with wings. He has a sickle in one hand. Here the child's eyes are open, the baby's eyes. And the Queen, the prince, they are closed. And here the princess has Medusa's head. The Gorgon. So that is that. That is the deck. Very usable, readable deck. It kind of helps you. So So since this is the Ritual Tarot, I want to just want to say one thing about the tarot. From tarot. And here we have the decants of the zodiac, which is decant is broken down into tens. Planetary signs to help you out. Elemental symbols. So this is a very introductory, very usable deck. Here's this color scale, Hebrew alphabet, attributions to the tarot trumps. Nice set. Definitely a nice set to get someone if they don't have it. Yeah, what a usable deck. Nice fat cards. And Llewellyn makes decent stuff, so I wouldn't be worried about the quality of it. I mean, it could be better, but it's a good set. So this is, let me show you the back. So here's the back. Shows you some of the cards. And the book. Tells you a little bit about it. Oops. And it says 2 versions of the Temperance card, as required by rituals. This is the best tarot available for students of the Golden Dawn and Western magical tradition. Anyway, yeah. And there's the side of it, so it's in this nice book that's sort of bound with the magnet. So this deck, the initiatory deck, is made by El Scarabeo, and I believe the other deck is by US Game Systems. So they each sort of have their own, but I'll talk about the initiatory one later. There's the back of it, which I think has a really cool back, not reversible. Anyway, so that's this deck. Definitely one that you should check out if you're really interested, especially if you want a usable Golden Dawn that really kind of helps you with tarot. I think it's a good buy. Thank you for watching.